right, guys. Uh, Friday. I was not going to trade today. I've had a really good week and I was actually scared I'd give it back. So I'm going to go over, I only took 4 quick trades. You know, I am trying to up my share size slightly. I want to show you this. So I've shown this before, but if you haven't seen it, in 2024, in 2023, I made this. I lost a lot of money in 2023. I lost $12,000 for the year. That was about $1,000 a month. So I created this card to give me really slow and steady goals. I think what I was trying to do in 2023 is learn everything and make $1,000 a day. Well, it was terrible. It was awful. And I realized I want to be in this game for a very long time. You know what I mean? Into retirement. I think it's having a hard time focusing. This is the year, and this is how many years I'm giving myself to get to these levels. And then this is how much per day I want to earn or make in day trading. And then this right here is what that would be per year. Let me get that. There we go. And then this over here is my age, what age I'll be. And by 65, I want to be totally doing this a couple hours a day. Now, I'll probably not get to 480,000 a year. Who cares? They're goals. And what it does is it just constantly reminds me, this sits at my desk. It constantly reminds me that I don't need to try to make this much tomorrow. There's time. I can actually come back and focus on the reality of the year I'm in. And the year I'm in right here is 2026. And that's $200 a day. So I did do that this week. And I went back and looked at the last couple months, and I've consistently been doing, if you average out the whole month, 200 a day, or actually a little better. So today I started upping my share size. You know, was it yesterday was my red thumbnail? I think yesterday I lost money. All the days blend. I had upped my share size and it didn't go so well. So I reconfigured that. I'll show you today. I'm going to be very selective in each trade of where I up my share size. If I'm very confident about that scalp, I'll up it. Otherwise, I back off instead of just jumping in with my share size on every trade. So I figured that out today and it worked. I took one swing trade today, you guys, to go into earnings, and they post earnings, I believe, on Tuesday. I'm going to do I'll show you the swing trade that I took just real quick, how many shares I took. And this weekend, I'm going to do a video where I talk about that particular swing trade, where I messed up on that swing trade already, starting it, and more deeper into the earnings next week. We've got Nvidia, so that's going to be big. So I'll do that this weekend. I'll try to keep it 30 minutes or less, just to prepare and show you how I'm preparing for those big earnings and why I got into the trade I did today. All right, so let's go look. I upped my share size a bit. I did okay in Tesla. You know, Tesla, I don't do that well. And I upped my share size on Tesla. I actually doubled my share size on that. All right, let's go take a look at what I did. And this weekend, please see that on Sunday. I'll release it Sunday, kind of early afternoon. And I think I'll have some good information there. And then next weekend, I'm going to go into a deep video on my risk management and share size and just how I manage risk and how I just try to get a certain amount every day. And it's low, but it adds up. All right, let's go see what I did today. All right, you guys, I want to just real quick, I know some of you have seen this before, but I want to start with this screen. For those of you who are new that just wonder, like, how do I know what stocks to trade during the day? This is a layout that's on my third monitor. So it's up high. I can glance at it throughout the day. If I come back for lunch, I can real quick look at it, see if anything's running. And you'll notice here on some of the stocks I trade regularly, right in the middle here are stocks I trade regularly. I have levels, just support and resistance levels marked. Nothing special. They're just levels where, like, I could put one right here on Amazon for the day, and right down here. And then I know that when price usually comes here, it comes right back to here, up to here, down to here. And then I know that if I sit down at my desk and price is right here, I could take a quick short, and I might only have a few seconds or a minute. I could take a short. And if I sit down at my desk and we're heading right up here, I can take it heading towards this level. And that's why I keep this up on the upper monitor. These levels I mark out sometimes 2 days prior. They just stay. Every time I see a level, I mark it and it just stays there, because these stocks, these large cap stocks, come back to those levels pretty often. So you'll see here on Applied Materials, and that was earnings yesterday. It not only did it hold those levels all day yesterday, but it held the levels today. Look at this. You could have just traded right here. Just and these are 5-minute charts, by the way, right here. I want to get a little bigger picture on what's happening. So on a 1 minute, there's going to be a lot of noise inside here. But if you just watch, sometimes when I'm on the 1 minute chart scalping on the way up, I look over here just to make sure that I remind myself that we are still in an uptrend, that I don't have to get out so fast. And then you'll see when this came down below here, now that support became resistance. So I just leave these up here. All right. And then these are stocks that I might want to swing trade, or we just had earnings, or earnings are coming up on the outside edge. And then I took a swing trade today on this because we have earnings next week. I'm going to real quick show you that. I've already lost money on it, but I'm not worried. And I'll go over deeper into that one this weekend. And then this is the SPY and QQQ. I want to see news on each one of these right below so I can just see if something's running, why is it running? And sometimes I just glance up and just glance at the news. I'm just looking at the top couple of news feeds every now and then to see if something has happened, because news hits ThinkOrSwim quickly and sometimes faster than scanners. I can get into something pretty quick. So let's move this out of the way. Let's move on to the day trading for today. Applied materials. That's the first one I want to show you. The very last thing I'll show you is that real quick swing trade. And it might be embarrassing. I might lose my ass on it next week, but I just want to show you that I do swing trade some of these sometimes and try to get in early. And they either play out or they don't. All right, applied materials. This one was tough. I made good money, you saw last night in that video right at the end of the day. But let me tell you something, sister. This is hard. These all day, the spread was like this, 87 cents, sometimes $1.50, sometimes 40 cents. It was so sporadic. And I could get in all day, actually all day, all the stocks I wanted to trade, the spreads were pretty high. Even NVIDIA's spread was double what it normally is. So I didn't really trade much today. But you'll see I waited for this first candle to get done. And you guys, these 1-minute candles right at the open here, these are $4 candles, each one of these, sometimes $5 candles. And in that 1 minute, it's moving up and down and just whipsawing. It can't make up its mind. That is gut wrenching. This is why I say just trade small share size, because on something like this and it goes up $4, well, if you have 25 shares, it's a $100 candle. You don't need a lot. So don't overextend yourself, because if you have a $4 loss, if you take this in the butt, like right here, and you have a $4 candle that dumps on you, 25 shares, oops, I'm not trading 200, sorry about that. 25 shares, that's in a $4 candle, that's what, $100 loss right there in $4. And if you try trading 100 shares, you just have a $400 loss instantly. And now you got to turn around and short it and hope that you're correct and it doesn't come back. So my whole thing is low share size. All right, let's see real quick. All I did, and I'm watching my this day trading for success scalping indicator. If you've seen my videos, you know I love it. I'm watching to see, it's always so slow when I start this live stream. All right, I'm looking for volume to increase, and I'm looking for those buyers to stay at the top or increase if I'm going long. And I want sellers to remain low. But once I start seeing sellers pop in here and buyers are coming down, you can see these tall wicks on these candles. So that was a sign that we were going to start getting exhausted, especially this low volume candle. Even though the buyers stayed at the top, it was good for the candle, but we were losing momentum here. And that was it. You saw the sellers take over and take control right here, and it came down and they stayed in control. And then your volume died down right here and you kind of went sideways a bit. So this was just $40.63. You notice I did one shot and that's it. I did not bother day trading this anymore. I could have shorted here. No way. Take your money and run, because with a high spread and crazy tall candles and wicks everywhere, you're just going to get crushed. So take your 40 bucks. All right, NVIDIA, I actually did $71. I decided to increase my share size a bit here. So lately I've been trading NVIDIA 25 to 50 shares and then up to 100. But today I started the first scalp with 50 just to kind of get my nerve up. And then I ended up, and I'm just scalping is all, and I'm watching my scalping indicator. And I did 50 right here, and I shorted it. And then right in here, I decided to up it to 100 and just scalps. And then I'd go drop down to 50. And what I was doing here, I scaled in 50 at a time. I shorted right here. And what I did was, when I saw for sure, see this volume come up right here? I saw that sellers were stepping up and volume was increasing drastically. So I went ahead and took 50 shares 3 times. I scaled in. And then when volume came down a bit, I went down to 100 shares because this had got me up to 150. So I was just trying to play around with share size. And if I felt that the volume and the buyers versus sellers were telling me, if price action was telling me that I should go bigger share size or not. And I did that and ended up doing well. Now, you could argue that 100 shares, 200 shares, I should have done better. But I'm telling you, $71, my hands were not sweating and I increased my share size. Look here at 300. So, and I saw because it's dumping. So if I feel like if I just cherry pick when I take that extra share size, we're halfway through the year. I've proven that I'm doing at least 200 a day, but I want to up my game so that next year I start doubling my to 400 a day. I have to slowly ease myself into it. I can't just jump into it. And mid-year here might be a good time to just every now and then start getting to that $200-300 range or 200-300 share range, right? But only when I see it's good so that I don't get, I don't want to dig myself into a hole. And then hopefully by the end of the year in the fall, usually trading is really good in the fall. So I'll play around with it this summer, but by fall, I want to start doing that 200 shares, maybe 250. And I might reconfigure these buttons up here just so that it's easier for me. Like I don't really need 400 and 500 because I'm not going to focus on small caps. I want to focus on this. So I might reconfigure all this to make it easier on me. All right, let's go to Google real quick because I want to get through this. It's a Friday. I live in Las Vegas. Oh, I forgot. I'm a day trader. I go to bed early. Oh yeah, whatever. Okay, one trade. That's it. I lost $1.50. I didn't bother taking a chance. Google, I can't remember now why. I just wasn't getting in a rhythm here. And I just decided, I just walked away. I don't care. Oh, I know. I wrote it down. Big spread, low volume, no fill. I could not get filled. This was actually a profitable trade right here, you guys. And I was actually quite a bit profitable. It was good. And I'm going to see if I can pull this down. All right. I ended up, whatever, it's too slow. All right. I took this short here. And then right here on this candle, I took it short on this candle. And right here on this candle, I could tell that I wanted out. And right when I hit sell, it just skipped me completely. And then I had to turn around and resell. I had to cancel my order and resell. So I didn't know if it was something with Google, if it was the volume. I knew volume was low and spread was high. So I just decided to skip Google altogether. You guys, I would rather take a quick $1.50 loss and move on. If I'm trying to do 200 a day or slightly more now, 150 loss, sorry, $1.50 loss, no big deal. I'm happy to move on. And there were lots of wicks here. And I think a lot of that was the spread. So let's move on to Tesla. Tesla is the one that hates me. I try at least a couple days a week to trade Tesla just to get used to it. All right, come on. Well, my screen gets frozen on these screen shares. All right, let me pull this up. So I normally trade 25 shares of Tesla and sometimes as low as 10. It's rare that I'll do 50 because it beats me up because I'm proud of myself. I doubled my share size. I went to 50. I really laser focused on the scalpers indicator to see where buyers and sellers were, to see where the volume was. I was really concentrating on price action and I was just scalping short and then scalping long, scalping short. And I ended up doing $21.50. And on Tesla, it was quite a few trades and I was up $4. Then I was up 11. Then I went down a -5. Then I was at break even and then -9. And I finally pulled it up to 21.50 and said, done. My hands didn't sweat. I wasn't worried. Let's see the volume. The volume was 100,000 shares at times and as low as 75,000. So I think that's pretty low volume for Tesla in the middle of the day. And this was power hour. So I think that helped me because it wasn't moving so drastically and it was more controlled. So let's go to that swing trade. I did the swing trade in my SEP IRA. Let's pull that up. So I took 25 share starter position for earnings and Keys. I can't remember. Keys has earnings Tuesday or Wednesday. Let me see here real quick because I could be embarrassed when I show you this. Okay, Keys has earnings on Tuesday, and it'll be Tuesday afternoon. So I might blow it totally and have to at least tell you how horrible it is. But it's starting off very horrible. All right, I got in right here, 25 shares. This weekend, I'm going to go over the details of Keys and the chart and why I chose to get in here and why I chose to buy Keys. And it is definitely going to be a wild card because it doesn't trade well during the day. Look at the volume here. It's horrible. But this weekend, I'll show you where the volume really kicks in only at earnings. And boy, is it good. But it's horrible. So the daily volume almost kept me out, but we'll see how it works out. I may not do well. This SEP IRA account is where I had all that cash from the applied materials trade that I took, and I had it sitting there. And so I thought, well, let's just take a chance. So I got in right here, you guys, at 25 shares at $352.28. It came down, it came back up. I've marked a line in the sand where my entry is here, just so that Monday and Tuesday, we'll revisit this and see how I'm doing. And it kept coming up here, and for a good reason. I marked a level, and I'll show you this weekend why I marked it. So I wasn't worried. I knew it'd probably come right back to that level, but I didn't want to go try to wait to get in lower. I mean, already the spread's $9.38, and that's after hours, of course. And so you'll see here on the 15-minute chart, if you come over here, here's my swing entry position right here. And we were battling this area, and it was resistance mostly, it looks like, but some support. And it's come down, and I knew it could go down. There's a certain level I have marked. And again, I'll go over that this weekend. But I made a mistake, and I'll show you that this weekend, where I used up the rest of the cash in this account. And the point was when it came down closer to earnings, I was going to double down to lower my entry. And I'll go over that this weekend. It's too much on a Friday night to go into. So you guys, Sunday, please join me if you want to. And I'll show you more of my prep for this week's earnings, very specific for this week. I'll go into detail of why I took this. And then when I do go into detail on this, I'd love your opinion on why you think I was absolutely nuts, or maybe if I actually am onto something. And then, and hell, on Monday, if you want to take one share just to see what happens and follow along, you certainly can. And you might actually get a better price than I did. It looks like it for now. All right, guys, $132 today and 16 cents. And I hope you have a really great weekend. Please tell me how you did this week. I'd love to know, and I'd love to know how you did today. All right, bye.